Hi, this is Brad Willis. I'm the moderator of the MetalStorm fan group. We're located on Facebook at www.facebook.com/groups/MetalStorm fan group. Excellent place to get to know some of your fellow MetalStorm players. And one of our members asked for a review on Eagle X, a weapons class plane, which was one of the first planes I owned, although I don't really use it much anymore. But there are some things that are interesting about this plane, and let's talk about that a little bit. Now, there are two particular statistics that make it kind of unique. Especially the plus 15 lock range. You can be facing an opponent from a great distance, and you'll be locked on them and in a position to fire well before they are. So that is actually quite helpful and quite useful. The plus 15 damage is amongst the best in class, so when you do hit something, you certainly can do a lot of damage with this plane. Plus 2% missile reloads, slightly useful. It's not. There are planes that are much faster, so you might notice a very slight, quicker reload on this than some other weapons class planes, but plus 2 doesn't do you a lot of good, just a little. And the same goes for a plus 2 lock speed. Better than nothing, but it'd be certainly a lot more exciting if it were a higher percentage increase in lock speed. What does it not have? Well, it doesn't have speed, doesn't have agility, doesn't have energy. The agility and energy especially are what I really need, especially in weapons class, so that is a problem with this plane. But it does have some stats that are kind of unique. So having said all of that, let's go ahead and auto match. We'll see what our opponent is doing, and we'll see if we can't get a win. Now we've got an opponent here using Biznos. It's going to be very tough, and he's using Zeus. So certainly has an advantage there. And his game here is just going to be to open up on me from a distance. I'm just trying to stay out of his wheelhouse. I'm going to try to get a shot on him. Now, a problem I have is I don't have a lot of agility with this plane. I'm going to roll here really quick. And I can really see the lack of agility with this thing. It's like a boat, really. And I think I got a couple hits on him, though, so that helped. We're going to come around really quick, get a lock, and fire. And we hit him again. Good. We're going to do the same thing again, trying to keep him honest here. Now, he's obviously got superior weapons and a much more agile plane. Hit him again. Good. He's hitting me, though, and when he hits a lot harder. Let's go ahead and hit him again. We should be able to take him out here in a minute if I can do it before he gets me. And we did. Good. So that was a decent start against an opponent with a tough plane. Now he's gonna come at me from a great distance with Biznos. So he'll probably take me out here pretty quick, and he did. 1-1, but that's not a bad showing considering. So let's go ahead and respawn, look for him. What I was hoping is he'd be way off on a distance, and he wasn't. The reason I was hoping for that is so I could demonstrate the lock on this thing. And if we hit him, no, we missed. Okay, so that shows you the difference right there between Biznos and what he's using. But you can see I'm getting some critical strikes there. This plane doesn't have a critical strike boost, so I'm just getting a little lucky. But my energy's getting a little low. That's a problem, too. I'm just going to try to build it up and hope he doesn't hit me. And did we hit him? We might have. Let's come around real quick. Let's roll and try to get him before he gets me. But you can see those Biznos. They're just kind of peppering me there. I got a problem. He's going to hit me here in just a second. And I'm not getting a good lock on him. Let's hope we can here in a minute. I got to accelerate or I got a problem. Next hit, I go boom pretty much here. And fortunately, that shot missed. And again, the lack of agility on this plane is a problem. I'm just trying to, as you can see, stay out of his wheelhouse. And you can see I got a quick lock there, so that helped. I got 23 seconds left. I'm going to try to see if I can't just kill 23 seconds. He's probably going to take me out right here. But, we'll do the best we can. At least I hit him once. And maybe in this last 12 seconds or so, I can take him out. I'm going to be aggressive, even though I don't think I'm going to get a good shot on him. Let's try it one more time. We'll come down and roll, and there he is. And let's see if I can get some cannon on him. Nope. So it's going to be a draw, and that was that. But you do see that we had an opponent that seemed to be a decent quality opponent with a plane that was more agile and faster and had far superior weaponry. And so we got a 2-2 draw, which, under the circumstances really was not a unrespectable showing. So let's talk about the plane a little bit. Some good things, some bad things. You can see it seemed like it did lock pretty fast. When I was trying to lock, you could, even though the plus 2 doesn't do a lot of good, you see how it did a little bit of good. And when I did hit him, you could see I did a lot of damage, even though I was using metals for missiles. The missiles right here are are the Matras, okay? And he was using, of course, the Bisnavats, which hit, you got what, 100% damage, 250 tracking, right? What do I have? I have 50% damage, 110. So I'm doing, half the damage basically. But it certainly did some damage on him, and we had a draw, which was not a bad showing at all. So there's your review on Eagle X. It is actually, it's not a bad plane. There are some negatives. Again, you could run out of energy if you don't monitor it fairly closely. And the agility can be a bit of a problem. I kind of struggled to maintain target acquisition with this plane. But, the result was certainly not bad. And again, especially like in the C map where you're spawning at a great distance from the opponent, that's where this plane can really do you some good, because you might hit them and they're not even locked onto you. You're too far away still. And in that situation, usually you just want to slow down and take advantage of that lock, and then speed up, depending on your weaponry, of course, as they get into a point where they can lock on you. That is the review on Eagle X. Decent plane, some limitations, but not all bad. And again, a plane that I started on, and I think some of us, it was one of the first planes that we purchased. So as always, if you have any questions, comments, you can leave them in the remarks section here on YouTube. I do thank you for your time, and we will see you in the skies playing MetalStorm.